Chapter 38 Declaration of War. Rimiru and Rimiru kept on watching each other's moves. Rimiru turned and looked at Milim that was with Rimiru, but she looked away from him and focused on the Milim that was with Rimiru. Finally, Rimiru asked, "What exactly do you want to discuss with me?" "There's no need to rush. Let's sit down first before we talk." Rimiru clicked her fingers, and a table appeared in the middle of the room. The table was a moderate-sized square table with 2 seats on each side of the table. Rimiru sat down on one side of the table, and the Milim that was with her sat down next to her. Rimiru, seeing Rimiru sitting down had no choice but to as well. When Milim saw that Rimiru was sat down, she too went and sat down by his side. "Now that we've both sat down, I would like to explain why I'm here," Rimiru began. "Before either of you began this discussion, I would like to participate as well," someone said. Rimiru and Rimiru, along with the two Milims, turned around and saw Elisima and Vadora approaching them. Vadora reached the table first and looked at Rimiru and the fake Milim. "So you two with a massive power felt that day. To think that another Rimiru would travel to this world. Rimiru, what is going on?" "I would like to answer that as well, Demon Lord Rimiru, Demon Lord Milim. Why are these two here?" Elisima asked. That's what I want to know too. And them being here is in this world, it's a long story," Rimiru explained. "More importantly, I can't understand how Vadora is able to move in a suspended world since he's a true dragon. But how are you able to move inside this world, Elisima?" Rimiru asked her. "Let's just say I'm full of surprises and leave it at that," Elisima told her. Rimiru looked at her for a second before she lost interest. "Well, it's not like it matters to me. What are your secrets anyways?" "You might as well have a seat because what I'm going to discuss involves you too." She clicked her fingers and 2 more seats appeared at the remaining side of the table. Elisima had a surprised look at seeing her powers at first hand. "Power of creation. You're no ordinary being, are you?" Rimiru for once looked surprised. "You mean this?" she said, gesturing to the table. "Please, if you're surprised by something as measly as this, then you are in for a rude awakening on who I am." Elisima sat down on one of these seats that were at the table and looked at Rimiru. "Just who are you exactly?" "That will come later. Now then, I believe I should get back to what I wanted to discuss with you, Rimiru," Rimiru said. "Whatever you want, I will make sure it doesn't succeed. I will never let myself get captured by you or that other Milim over there," Milim said to Rimiru. The face of the other Milim changed to anger, but after what she said, a little bit of magicals began to seep out of her body, which showed how angry she was. Everyone except for Rimiru and Rimiru stood up and got on their guard after feeling how massive the magicals of the big Milim was. Vadora was the most shocked from feeling the magicals of the fake Milim. "Hey Milim, this might be bad, but I don't want to assume, but she definitely is much stronger than she appears." Milim gritted her teeth in anger. "So what if she is strong? I'm not afraid of her. She doesn't scare me one bit," she said while releasing a little bit of her own aura as well. Before things got out of hand, Rimiru and Rimiru both raised their hand to stop the commotion. The moment everyone saw Rimiru and Rimiru raise their hand, they relaxed and returned to their seats. Rimiru turned to her Milim. "I thought I told you not to overreact over little things. I still have some things to discuss with Rimiru over there." You are getting angry over little things. It won't help at all. The fake Milim bowed her head. I apologize, Master, she said with a hollow voice and no emotion at all. Rimiru turned to Milim. Milim, let's hear them out before we act. Milim nodded and faced Rimiru while sitting down close to Rimiru as possible. Rimiru turned back to Rimiru. Back to what I wanted to say before all this, Rimiru. Since I'm sure that CL has explained everything to you about me, my ultimate goal, I have a proposal to make. What exactly is that? Rimiru asked. If both of us fight each other in an all-out battle, then this universe, will be destroyed. Though I'm uncertain who will win, but I'm confident in my powers to overwhelm you. Eventually, Rimiru explained. There you go again, underestimating me. Didn't I tell you not to underestimate me? Rimiru asked. I'm perfectly aware of how strong you are. After our little warm-up the other day, I'm more certain that you are different from any other Rimiru I've killed in the past. Which is why I bring a proposal, Rimiru said. Which is? Rimiru asked. Both of us are too strong to compete with each other, and a long fight between us will take too long. How about this? Let's make a game out of the situation, Rimiru explained. What do you mean by game? Rimiru asked. Well, it is simple, really. I have the power to permanently erase anyone or anything I want. And not even you, Rimiru, can restore them when I erase them, unless you decide to create them anew. I can erase this world in a blink of an eye if I wanted to, Rimiru told them. Everyone except for Rimiru became shocked after hearing this. They didn't understand what Rimiru meant when she said she could permanently erase anything. Does that mean that thing will be gone for good? Rimiru looked at Rimiru calmly. I anticipated you had that kind of power. Unfortunately, I have yet to find a countermeasure for it. If such things exist, do you think I would be doing all this? Rimiru asked him. Not really. No, not really. So you have the power to erase this world, but you don't want. To, right? Rimiru asked her. Spot on, Rimiru. I won't erase this world yet because what I want is in this world. So this is the game. I would like us to play. I have about 3 million angels who have sworn allegiance to me, and my 10 supreme kings, who are the strongest of all my subordinates, have decided to participate as well in this game. My goal is Milim, and I will attack the entire world to get her, Rimiru said to him in excitement. For the first time since Rimiru came here, Rimiru's face changed to that of shock. Not just him, but everyone in the room was shocked as well. Rimiru hit his hand on the table in anger. What are you saying? You are declaring war on this entire planet? Rimiru gave a sadistic smile. Well, that was my plan, yes, but not at all. It's not at all. Remember that this is all a game. Every game has rules to follow. Elisa must swallow the lump in her throat. What are the rules exactly? I'm glad you've asked. Rule 1. All kinds of power and tactics are allowed during the battle. My forces will use all manner of things available in order to capture Milim, and you guys can use whatever you want to prevent that from happening. Rule 2. Killing is allowed. Better be prepared to kill or be killed, as the saying goes. Rule 3 is the most important rule. Everyone is allowed to participate except for Rimiru and I. We are not allowed to help any of our subordinates, no matter the situation they bring themselves in. If any of these rules are bridged in any way by you, Rimiru, I will erase this world along with your Milim without question. Rimiru asked, and Rimiru told him. Milim angrily stood up and glared at Rimiru. I will not accept this. I won't accept that Rimiru will not be allowed to help during this war. Now I said that neither of us are allowed to participate, didn't I? If we get involved in this game, then the game will be boring, wouldn't you say? Rimiru said to her. Dora left. It doesn't matter if Rimiru participates or not. I'll crush whoever you send with my awesome powers. Rimiru smiled. That's a spirit. Now the goal of the game is simple. My forces will be doing everything to capture Milim and crush anyone in their path. You guys will fight back to stop them. If I capture Milim, I win, and this world will be erased. If you guys beat all my forces and reach me, I will allow Rimiru and all to team up and face me who has of now been captured and face me as who as now will be the final bosses of the game. I will capture Milim, or will you stop me? Will I capture Milim, or will you stop me? This should be very interesting. Rimiru stood up and looked at Rimiru. I will definitely stop you, and I will never let Milim get captured by you either. You will not win this game of yours, I assure you. Milim stood up and stood beside Rimiru's side. That's right. I will never let myself be captured by you or your forces. We will stop you. Rimiru looked at them before she stood up. Now then, let's make it official. From now on, I, Rimiru Tempest, hereby declare war on the entire planet. In 3 months' time, I will send my forces to attack this world. We'll be ready by then for you, Rimiru said to her. Don't forget about the rules or else. See all you later, Rimiru said as she walked through the portal, followed by her Milim. After she left, time resumed back and everyone continued like nothing happened. Elisa turned to Rimiru. What are we going to do about the situation, Rimiru? Rimiru sighed. I'm not sure right now. All I know is that she's very serious about this game of hers, Rimiru said. We will need to inform the other demon lords of this, Milim said. You're right, Milim. I think it's time to call the wool prigs of the demon lords, Rimiru said. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe today to become one of my domestic listeners. Goodbye and peace out, everyone.